Hi guys, I thought I would share an idea that I have been using with my son for learning and play and to keep him busy. I didn't intend to do it, but it turned out to be one of his most important toys. I went out and bought a bunch of boxes I was going to use for a diaper changing table in the play area, and it turned out that this has become a very important toy for my son. These are the boxes I picked. They came from the Container Store. And the reason I picked them was because they have rounded edges, because I was afraid he was going to pull them down from a shelf, or he was going to be crawling around it and land on top of a corner and hurt himself. And since we are playing with these, those rounded corners have become very important. And I also like that they have handles so they're easy for him to scoot around. And I love this little dip that it has, because when he is playing with a box, I put the higher edge towards his head, and if he's on his tummy, he'll put his hand down and flip the box up on its edge, and that gives him a little extra room to not hit his head. This turned out to be pretty useful for learning how to open drawers without slamming them into his head, because he's learning spatial awareness, and playing with the boxes has been really good for his grasping fine motor skills. And it's also good for visual tracking, because he sees an assortment of color, and he can sort through and figure out what he's looking at. And he's also learning about dropping things, because he's picking things up and then dropping them as he sorts through. And what's awesome is I don't have to sit there and keep picking things up as he's doing that. So it does not matter the size of the box. We have lots of different sizes. As I said, I got these from the Container Store, and IKEA sells the exact same thing, except for theirs are twice as heavy, and there's a sharp little tab in each of the corners, so I prefer the Container Store personally. But these have been great, and the first thing we did was we put a bunch of balls in the box, and so we can watch the balls roll around. And when he didn't have very good motor skills for picking things up, he could push them, and he could try to pick them up, and they wouldn't run away from him. So this has been really great. And if I put something with sound in there, then I can walk away for a second, because I can hear he's still playing with the box, and I know he's safe. So one of the things I have liked in this type of setting was this little guy. He's a little annoying, but he's quiet. I'm going to turn him on. Just doesn't take any motion at all, and he starts talking, which is super fun for my son. Gonna turn that back off. So that's a cheap little toy you can buy on Amazon. But another one, just a little box. This box came with some bells that jingle, and this one's been fun for my son. He chews on it, which is not chemically ideal, but that's been a really good box for him. And then when I noticed he started playing with boxes, I went on Amazon and bought a felt box, because he was trying to pull up on them, and I was afraid he was going to hurt himself. So same thing, rounded edges, and a rounded lip, and a handle. This has been really good for him. He doesn't play with it as much as the hard boxes, but I put all kinds of random toys in there, and he'll see a box and he'll run over to it, or crawl over to it, and then start sorting through it. And it keeps him busy for quite a while. And if you can catch his temperament, if he's looking for something noisy to shake and rattle, then I make a box full of rattles. If he's just seems bored, then I make a box of random stuff. I often like to make a box full of musical instruments, and this can keep him busy for quite a while. And one of the reasons I like it is because I can hear what he's doing, so I can walk away for a second to make coffee, or go to the restroom, or change the laundry, because I know he's playing with this box. I've also ran into where he is really cranky and he's teething, and you'll hand him a teether and he won't accept it. But if you hand him a box of teethers, he actually chews on each and every one of them, throwing them out of the box until he finds the one he wants. So I'm telling you, boxes are a great thing for your baby. It'll keep them entertained, and it will help them in their developmental process. If you have an idea of something you do to keep your kid busy, put it in the comments section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching.